one with number 2.
Hi, everybody, and happy St. Patrick's Day to you. I'm Kathy Hamilton from Sunflower Cablevision, and we're here for the 9th annual Lawrence St. Patrick's Day Parade, and a great parade it's going to be. I'll be doing the play-by-play, or the float-by-float, as it were, and doing the color commentary today are Roger Browning, here to my right, and Judy Bauer, to my left. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Are you all ready?
We are ready.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've been getting ready for months, and I think today's the day. So.
I'll bet. And it's a beautiful day. The weather has hung in there for us. And how does this parade measure up to years past?
Oh, in terms of size, this is a much larger parade. We still, even though we cut off entries last week, we still had a few people show up today that hadn't heard that we'd cut them off. So they were here with a donation check, and so we decided to let them fill out an entry form and put them in. So
the more the merrier.
The more the merrier. So we're going to have well over 100 units today.
And as always, the parade is a fundraising event for a local charity that has to do with children. Is that right?
That's correct. And this year we're kicking off a scholarship fund, the We Folks Scholarship Fund, for the Lawrence Parks and Recreation Department.
Okay, that's great. Well, I'm sure you've raised a lot of money, and we'll try to talk about some of those events that preceded the parade as we go along. And Judy, what have you been doing this year on the committee?
I helped in the charity selection committee, and I've helped with a few of the fundraisers, getting some bands together. We had a concert at Bottleneck a few weeks ago, and just in general spreading Irish cheer.
And that's what you're good at.
Yes.
I know. Okay, well, here we come with the Color Guard opening our parade in a tradition that goes way back to the first parade anywhere, probably.
Mixed services combination, Air Force and Navy, from the KU program, led by Cadet Robert Crable.
Okay. A familiar sight.
Being followed by the Army National Guard. It's Echo Company, 2nd Division, 137th Infantry of the Kansas National Guard, stationed in Lawrence, Kansas. They're carrying an M901 anti-personnel armored carrier and a Humvee.
Okay, and here comes the banner. The parade banner carriers are Ken McLaurin.
Yes, Kelly Nicolay and Sue Fries are also carrying the banner.
And our visiting dignitaries, we have Father Shaughnessy. He is from Corpus Christi Church here. Carrying our flag is Bill Sullivan, just flew in from Ireland. Mike Ribbage and his wife Milta Ribbage, and Finbar also just yesterday. I picked him up at the airport, flew in from Ireland.
We have the John Weatherwax Dixieland Jazz Band. John Weatherwax is our Grand Marshal this year, and he's been working hard with the committee for many years now. He finally deserved this honor.
Well, now, this is a sight I haven't seen before in years past. This is a juggling Statue of Liberty in pastel green, it looks like.
Well, we got her into the St. Patrick's Day spirit.
Yes, so. This is unique. And Miss Liberty is followed by a troupe of dancers, a drill team, the Sunflower Sweethearts, under the direction of Amy Silverman.
They look like they're having fun. At least we have nice weather for them today. They look like they're doing okay now. I hope that they still have that much energy at the end of the parade.
This is a group of girls from the Lawrence area in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades who perform at various events through the community. Here comes our fire truck.
Being followed by some of Lawrence's finest with their new ladder truck.
In the appropriate color, I might add.
Lawrence has been gracious enough to put a fire truck in about every year, I believe.
Here's a more old-fashioned version of the same coming right behind it. This is the old Quint 1955 vintage fire truck, owned and restored by Harold and Sandy Maloney of rural Douglas County. There are some spectators enjoying the festivities today. Boy, the good weather really brings them out, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
It's crowded downtown today.
It's a nice crowd today. We're glad to see all these people out and about.
It's nice that we have the nice weather and a Sunday afternoon, that everybody's going to enjoy this, and we will be done in time to watch the Jayhawks this afternoon.
That's right. What a big day. The game starts about 4 o'clock, and I'm sure that there will be bars all over town with their TVs tuned in to the big game. Here comes another fire truck that's keeping pace here. This is from the Wakarusa Township Fire Department. That looks like Louis McElhaney riding shotgun there. Hi, Louis. about some of the special events that you all have had prior to today's parade to raise money.
This morning was our last sort of fundraising event. We had just over here at the Pocket Park at the Eldridge, we had an ice carving competition. And the ice carvings are still out there if anyone would like to go over there and check those out. Had a little bucket out there for some donations for the parade, but there was, about 10 different various chefs from around town that were out there carving with chainsaws and everything this morning, and they have some really nice ones out there.
Boy, yeah, you better hurry and
Before they melt.
see them before they melt because the sun is really warm. I think the temperature is only in the 50s, but the sun feels wonderful. Here's a banner from the baby parade.
Yeah, they're the ones that walk in the Riverfront Mall.
Yes, they have a regular meeting Wednesday mornings at 9 o'clock where moms and their little infants and toddlers can meet, and I know that they have scheduled programs from time to time, things that are of interest to mothers of young children and fathers, I should say. I'm sure the dads are involved. So this is their representation in today's parade.
Most of them are going to be riding on the Serenata Farms wagon, which is also carrying the Buffalo Soldiers.
Yes, we're always so lucky to get the Buffalo Soldiers back every year.
Yeah, this is a very popular organization. I know that they make many appearances through the year at various events around town. Kind of a living history program.
Yes.
The Serenata Farms Oregon Trails Conestoga wagon in the front with the Buffalo Soldiers and members of the 9th and 10th Horse Cavalry, originally organized travelers on the Oregon Trail. And the Buffalo Soldiers served the country from the 1800s up until World War II.
And this looks like our Grand Ambassador, Steve Palermo. And Steve is, well, really a nationally known figure, a hero, former Major League umpire.
Steve was an umpire for 15 years and until the incident after the Texas game when he attempted to rescue a couple of waitresses in the parking lot.
There's Mayor Bob Moody in a sporty-looking convertible. That's Mayor's family, I presume.
Always nice to have the mayor out for a social event.
You didn't have to twist his arm too hard, though, did you, to get him to come
Well,
out?
he's been pretty busy with the opening of the Union Station and all this weekend.
That's right.
We
That
went
was
over to see
yesterday.
him yesterday. Plus, he also shot off the mousetrap for our 5K run this year, which is one of our other fundraisers. We had 161 runners yesterday, which is our biggest 5K run yet. Plus, we also had about 20 children in the fun walk after the race. I don't know that we hit record time. Let's see, I don't have a list of the winners with me, but I believe that it was running, the first runner in was at about 17 minutes.
Well, this looks like a group of flag carriers from, is this the Boy Scout
I
troop?
believe that this is probably the Boy Scout color. No, this is, these are the flag carriers that are with the Pipe and Drum Corps, or the
KC Pipes and Drum Corps. Jamie Wambledorf and the gang have become an annual feature, providing an authentic Celtic sound to the parade. Let's listen.
They will be playing afterwards at the Red Lion Tavern.
The Boy Scouts, the Tiger Cubs, and Boy Scouts from Pack 3051, riding a couple of old fire trucks, probably having the time of their lives up there. Hi, kids. First truck had the younger Scouts, I believe, and the second truck following is full of Boy Scouts and Boy Scout leaders. Riding on a Lecompton fire truck. Number 1534. Enjoying the fresh air. Here we come, some more Scouts coming down the way. Pack 3376 from Lawrence, Kansas. perhaps making their first appearance in the parade. I don't remember
Well, it's
seeing them in my tenure anyway.
when we've generally had them on weekdays, it's kind of difficult for some of the school kids to get out into the parade, but actually we've had a real good response from the scout units this year. We welcome them into our annual event.
Yeah, it's great when it's on a weekend, so all the families can come out and the kids don't have to get out of school. And there's the Queen, Shannon Kavanaugh.
Shannon Kavanaugh is the 1996 St. Patrick's Day Parade Queen. She's presently studying occupational therapy and earning a 4.0 grade average this semester. And she works with Big Brothers Big Sisters program and also disabled children in occupational therapy. And also her sister's born on St. Patrick's Day.
Is that right? And they are followed by the Michael Cormack and family Chevy fire truck, circa 1938. The Cormack family has 4 generations of Irish Americans.
That's almost not Irish then, is it?
I don't know, you do the math. Here's Girl Scout Troop 663. They didn't have to dye their uniforms either. It's just conveniently in green. And this looks like more royalty. Beautiful horse.
This is Miss Kansas, 1995, Amy Keller, senior at WSU, working on a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater and a minor in music. She's being hauled by the Kansas Carriage Company's carriage named the Vis-a-Vis, being pulled by Molly.
And here's a perennial crowd pleaser, the Community Mercantile Marching Grocers, who no doubt will be showing off their routine.
Now, we have a little competition for them this year. There's going to be some other precision grocery cart teams in the parade this year.
Aha!
So they're going to have to show us their best if they're going to hold first place in that activity.
Well, they're a hard act to follow. We'll see what the other groups can come up with. Look at the precision, will you? And here is Lisa Chronister of the Queen's Court.
This year?
Leprechaun just threw us some gold coins. Lisa Chronister is driving by now. Very Irish-looking lass.
We're gone.
Followed by some clowns and the Wee Folks Scholarship Fund. And this is the recipient of the funds raised from the St. Patrick's Day Parade. And the money raised from the parade will go to benefit children like the ones you see here who want to participate in Parks and Rec programs.
It looks like they put a lot of time into that float.
That is
It's nice
a beautiful
to see them
float.
out here today.
They're having fun, too. And there's a nice thank you note on the back of that float. Thanks, St. Patty's Day Parade Committee. How much money was raised, or do you have a final count yet?
We still have a few bills to come in, and we still are, at this point, still taking money. We're collecting money even today. Eventually, I'd say give us a week or two, a month, well, a couple weeks, and we should know the final total. But I think it's going to be quite well this year, so.
Good. And do you all set a goal at the beginning of your year, which probably starts right after the previous parade, true?
Well, we usually, most of us don't really, after we give our money, then most of us are just like happy to not see each other for a few months. And then we have a little get-together in the summer, and the selection committee for the charity starts going through things in Lawrence that we think would be a good donation, and then we start our regular meetings in October and November. So it is quite pretty much a year-round thing for us.
Yeah.
Luckily, we all know each other, and we're friends, and we've all our friends still up to this point, so.
And this is a loyal group of people who come back year after year to organize these special events and organize the parade itself.
Yes, it is. It's nice that we have so many visiting people from out of town and from Ireland that shows their support, and it was their idea anyway to start this parade, so they should be coming back every year for us.
Yeah, well, I know they look forward to it, and
Yes.
it's a good time of year to visit Lawrence, especially when the day is as beautiful as this.
Yeah.
This is the second year that the parade has gone the opposite way, shall we say. I know that we used to go from the Flamingo Club to South Park, and now last year we tried it the
Yeah, we
reverse
tried a
way,
different
and
way.
it must have worked.
We're trying to get a little more involvement from downtown, so we thought if we brought the parade downtown, we'd get a little more people out here watching.
Here's the Village Inn Bear walking by in front of Janet Jackson, who is a member of the Queen's Court this year. She's a 34-year-old mother of 3, a Lawrence High School graduate, and she says her children use the Parks and Rec services, so she is happy to support Parks and Rec in this way.
Yes, here comes Midwest Graphics float, and Larry Sinks is the owner of Midwest Graphics, and his niece and nephew are actually riding on the float, Lance and Kelsey, and they do great T-shirt designs. They've done our T-shirt ever since we've started, and our design and everything.
You guys reached under the table and hit a cable.
Okay, this is Lawrence Parks and Rec coming by.
We've got Don's Steakhouse, and they are
Giving us
handing
all
out
kinds of
black
treats here.
cows. I know that Gary's granddaughter is on the float. That's Wendy, and also Jake is riding on the float. Gary's the owner of Don's Steakhouse. And yes, they will be open tonight for dinner if anyone would like to go out there.
And I'm sure they'll appreciate that plug. And here comes Johnny's Tavern, parade entry number 46.
They always have some interesting floats, and it's nice to see them back every year, and they help us with quite a few fundraisers.
Looks like they've got a wicked game of pool going on here, or a non-game. Take your pick. I wonder if they're just going to duck off the route before they get all the way to the
Yeah,
finish
they might just
line.
stop at Johnny's and not go the rest of the way. This is our 1995 parade queen. It's nice that she's come back, and she's helped us quite a bit throughout the year with our fundraising.
Does this mean anything?
Number 17 is an entry from BC Auto Repair and Cycle Accessories. It's an old...
They've been in every single parade we've had, so it's nice. It's nice that we've got a bunch of people that come back every year for our floats.
Well, this is an olive green trimmed Winnebago. And that's about all I know about this one, with a lady waving along the parade route, followed by Sterling Heights, number 25.
Wonder if we know they're in there.
How'd they get in
Are
our
they one of the
parade?
ones that kind of turned up at the last minute? And
Possibly so, possibly so. Sterling Heights was being driven by Penny Harris, activity director.
all right, here's an entry from the Jet Lag, encouraging viewers to follow them to the...
It's an 81 Chevy half-ton, and this is also an entry that's a tribute to Ralph Cannon, the driver that's been their driver for the past 5 years.
And they claim it's a green truck, Roger. They said this is a green truck.
Well.
Don't be mistaken. Colleen Long comes by us, a member of the Queen's Court this year.
Colleen is supervising art director at Midwest Graphics and also had a lot to do with this year's St. Patrick's Day t-shirt, so if you like that, be sure and give her a compliment. She does volunteer work for the mentally handicapped children, and is a graduate from 1992 of the University of Kansas with a Bachelor in Fine Arts and Textiles.
Here's the Barefoot Iguana, featuring one very large iguana somewhere on that float.
I'm sure that Pam and Ron would be glad to have you come up and see if you can find that float somewhere or find that big iguana someplace.
These folks are in the spirit.
That's my wife, by the way.
That's your wife, Patty, right?
That's the one.
Hi, Patty. Number 12 is a 55 Ford Crown Victoria.
And that says it's red.
56 Ford Crown Victoria, that's black.
Oh, okay.
Here comes the red one. Parades are great for classic cars. Gives people a chance to get them out of the garage, polish them up, and show them off to people. Quality Tow from Baldwin follows.
This is their first year in the parade. We'd like to say welcome, and we hope to see you next year.
We have Jennifer Rollig following behind.
Jennifer is Miss KU Lawrence, born in Joplin, Missouri. She's a 21-year-old KU student and majoring in child psychology.
More Cub Scouts follow. Cub Scout Pack 3071 are entered in a 1979 four-wheeler Ford and trailer. They were even singing the Cub Scout song. They're ready to go camping.
This parade probably isn't as much fun for a lot of these students because no one gets to get out of school to come to the parade today.
Right.
So
That's right. It's perfectly legit and legal. Well, and I think that explains partly the length of the parade and the fact that you all have 80 entries or so, not to mention all those Johnny-come-latelys that
right. Well, it seems like a nice day for a
ease
parade.
their way into the parade.
What do you think we run down to the park
It's
again?
a beautiful day. Yeah, let's just put it in reverse, shall we? Well, we've got this little lull. Everybody put it in reverse.
some of our judges today, we always have a nice selection of judges. Emily Delham, she's with the city this year, and we try and get a wide range of judges that will not be biased in one way or other to our floats. Nancy Renfro, once again, is with us. She has been a judge, I think, since the beginning. Kim Mills is with us again this year. She's been a judge for probably the beginning too. I believe
she actually, for
been.
the first couple of years, she was on the committee itself, and she's
Right.
kind of resigned herself to judging these last few years.
They're the folks from Super Target. Oh, this must be that competition you were talking about. This more grocery cart drill maneuvers.
We love to see precision activity and people walking, then it's
That's
a nice
right,
day to
yes.
walk.
And you know, you put a cart in front of them, and that's almost an aerobic activity.
Well, it is for some people I know.
It would be for me. Just walking from South Park to Liberty Hall would be an aerobic activity. Now, when the judges do their judging, is this at the beginning or during the parade or at the end?
The judges are sitting down at 9th and Massachusetts Street, and they're judging the parade floats for content, for work, and for originality and decoration. And they'll be judging them as the parade goes along. Some of them get a preview of the parade while it's in line.
Glory Days Pizza is coming by. They are opening soon on 27th and Iowa, as the sign says. They're family owned and operated by the Hughes family. Obviously, their first appearance in the parade today.
Yeah, hopefully not their last, though.
We have Angie Morton coming up. Wearing a crown on a cowboy hat. Is that
Yes,
what I'm
she
seeing?
is the
She's
rodeo
the rodeo
queen.
queen. Douglas County.
Yes.
Nice little ride she's in, too. Wouldn't mind having that car. She's enjoying the festivities. She's got that queen wave down, too, doesn't she?
Yes,
Yes, she does. She's also from Lawrence. It's nice to have the rodeo queen from the state of Kansas from here in Lawrence.
And the rodeo is a recent development in town. I think the rodeo's been going on for just a couple of years.
Yes, it has. And a couple people on our committee actually help with that, and they are raising quite a bit of money for different events, too. So they do a nice job.
Now, I hear a bell, and I see a lot of smoke.
Hopefully this has Baby J on it.
I was going to say
He's
that
supposed to be out.
That's either a train or we're all in big trouble.
I don't think he's going to make it quite to Arizona for the game this afternoon, but it's nice to have Baby J here today.
That's right. Well, I have a feeling Baby J might have an alter ego that is able to be in two places at once.
This is the 40 and 8 train provided for us by the American Legion.
That is an old one. And the prizes will be awarded right after the parade at the Flamingo. Is that
Yes.
true?
Half an hour after the parade finished gives us time to tally it up and everything, so
This is the Mixed Bag Trucker, sponsored by Caspers, and Caspers is one of our longtime parade sponsors. We have alternating meetings there every week with them through the winter season while we do that. Custom vans are from Oskaloosa, and
Vans for Us. This is a custom van.
yes, they do quite a few outings throughout the year. They go camping together. They just enjoy, a lot of them are families. They've done some really nice things to their vans. If you actually get a
That
chance
is-
afterwards to look inside some of those, it's like a home. home on wheels for most of these.
That is one of the fanciest vans I've ever seen. Kind of a low rider.
Yeah,
Here's
it's for
another one.
leprechauns.
You had that one ready, didn't you? Here's another customized van, looks like.
Yes, so I've been in a couple of those vans camping with them before, and I would much rather be in there than out camping in the tent.
Here are the Casper's folks. Casper's Mixed Bag Truckers. With a nod to the wee folks, the recipients of the funds from today's parade.
Yes, we still got the mixed bag truckers coming along here.
I'll tell you, these vans are the way to go to any game,
Yes.
even in Tempe, I would think.
This van coming across now is pulling race cars. They are junior dragsters. That is my adopted mother and father in that van, Gail and Phil Robinson. And the green car that says Casper's on it is the 1995 champion for Kansas City for the junior dragsters.
Well, good for them. Is that dangerous?
No, I've watched it,
wicked.
and they make it a lot of fun for the children. They make it family activity weekends, and the kids love to drive these things. They only go about 40 or 50 miles an hour, so it's not real hazardous or anything. So, but they do a good job.
Here's Miss Lawrence, Team USA.
Athena Sanchez. She's a 10th grader at Lawrence High School. She likes working with the handicapped, country music, and she wants to be a writer someday.
Lots of royalty in this parade.
Well, we're a special
Lots
parade.
of VIPs.
Yes.
And here comes entry number 43.
This is the Wee Folks of Owl, the Old West Lawrence Association. Kind of my neighborhood folks.
The neighborhood's getting out, getting together, and planning a float. And
At least their truck is green. We can classify that one as green. They did some nice painting on the side
that's
of
right.
there.
There's a lot of work that went into that.
Yes.
Coming up, we have Rick and Betty Foos from the Lecompton area, and the Leprechaun Express.
I think those are real leprechauns in there.
Well, that train was actually built by leprechauns, they said.
Yeah, that's what they say. This train was actually built by leprechauns.
Wonder if there's a pile of gold anywhere around that train.
It'd be worth checking out, I think. Representing the Laughing Dog Saloon at 19th and Haskell.
Yeah, they're just recently opened out there, and they're driving a 66 Plymouth Volant convertible. And apparently they have a laughing dog and a child in here. Let's get that dog a-laughing.
There's that doggo, his back is turned. We can't tell if he's yucking it up or not. These are our senior king and queen, Bob and Emma.
Bob and Irma Colleen.
Irma.
They're the 1996 Senior King and Queen.
We're excited to have them with us each year. We like picking a senior king and queen each year. It gets the little bit older crowd involved in our parade.
They're not in school on St. Patrick's.
No, they're not.
This is the standard beverage float.
There's Larry Bartz driving it. He runs a standard beverage warehouse. It looks like most of the Bartz family is riding on the back of that, throwing out some goodies. Oh, they've even got bubbles coming out of that float. That should be a bonus.
This float is the Dorothy Rooney and family float entitled Pot of Gold at the End of the Rainbow. And on this float, you'll see leprechauns of all shapes and sizes. Wishing you good luck this St. Patrick's Day.
Looks like they put a lot of hours in on that float.
Yes.
The sign says, My Wild Irish Dorothy.
They have bubbles, too.
Good day for bubbles.
Yes, it is. They're not blowing away too quickly.
We have Johnny's Used Cars coming up. This baby blue convertible. Johnny Eyes, Used Cars. You don't see many convertibles like
We
that
love
around
those fancy
anymore.
Blue Mustangs, we do.
Now, you all had some other fundraising events prior to the parade.
Yeah, we had the sports celebrity auction. What one was that? About the second week of February,
Yes,
I
it
believe.
was. I think so, like
And
the 7th or...
We sold lots and lots of sports and celebrity-rated items.
there goes Keith Loneker. He is another one of our visiting, we call him
He's a former football
famous.
player,
Football
isn't he?
player from
Yeah,
KU,
he's
from
yes, he is.
KU, and
famous.
he's playing out in California now,
Yeah.
isn't he? Yes, it says, and he was there yesterday at the 5K race. We had a children's race after the 5K, a 1-mile walk, and he was graciously there and handing out ribbons to all the children that finished in the race yesterday, and they were excited about meeting him, and he signed autographs and handed out the awards yesterday for them. So it's nice to have Keith Loneker with us.
Yeah, nice of him that to come back and
Yes, it was.
participate in his alma mater's town.
Yes, he likes coming back to Lawrence.
He's helped us quite a bit this year because
Yes, he
he
has.
also donated some items for the sports auction that we held.
Mm-hmm.
And he signed some autographs for that and made some presentations too.
I see another rainbow coming up the street.
Looks like our Lawrence Public Library bookmobile. Wonder if they're handing out books.
Well, this is driven by Kerry Bonebreak. And this is their first entry or first year in our parade too.
This is actually the Hy-Vee Catering entry with the festive rainbow on the back.
Yeah.
Entered by Hy-Vee Grocery Store.
There's a green tux. I have first one of the green tuxes I've seen today.
And then following them is the bookmobile, which starting tomorrow will be a full-time bookmobile. We'll be out in the community every day, getting to those who may or may not be able to get into the downtown library, having books for them.
The Lawrence Public Works waste reduction and recycling truck, and with the people in recycling costumes. I do a little work with these people in the summertime. They really are helpful in our community, getting rid of household hazardous waste and educating people about recycling.
Their truck's green.
Yep. Well, they think green all the time.
Yes. And it's
Theirs is a green business.
Yes.
It's funny that the crowd gets further and further into the street, so
Yes.
we can't
really see the
these-
parade at all.
these entries until they're right on top of us.
But it is nice to have all the people watching today.
That's right. We just want a better view, I suppose. It's another convertible full of green people.
Irish people, no doubt.
I guess we don't know who they are, but we wish them happy St. Patrick's Day anyway.
You know, I've seen those people getting into the parade
They
this
snuck
morning.
Get their
They're
entry
parade
fee at the end.
crashers. There's a young
Irish
reveler
person.
enjoying the day,
Whoa, here comes
and there goes
O'Reilly's
O'Reilly
Auto Parts golf cart or go-karts.
That one snuck by our cameras. It was a little bit
Oh,
below.
it's coming back.
Oh, she's coming back. Good. There she is.
This is their first year in the parade. It's nice to have them this year. They have 2 stores in Lawrence. One at on 23rd Street across from Dillon's, and they've got a new store opening in North Lawrence.
I always expect to see a bunch of clowns coming out of those little cars.
Well, speaking of clowns.
Yeah. You said it, I didn't.
They're parade officials.
those
we
are
can
parade
say that.
officials.
We can say that. We know them.
You guys are on the committee.
Yeah.
There's another. Oh, that's the same one. No, that's a different one.
We're still on O'Reilly.
They've got a couple of delivery trucks and a couple of go-karts in here today.
That's a fun way to make your way down the parade route. One of those little cars. The McCauley clan is coming up.
Yes, Jim McCauley is actually in charge of the floats, the float entries. That's what his job is on the committee, and this is his family.
3 generations worth.
3 generations of Macaulay celebrate the St. Brendan, the navigator, the 6th century Irish monk who sailed west from Ireland and discovered the wonderful land he called the Promised Land of Saints. Could be North America. Some think so, 1,000 years before the Columbus did. And I'm sure that 3 generations back could have been one of those Macaulays were doing that.
Probably.
This next entry coming up should be
Yes, it is.
Scott Weatherwax and Kids.
This is John Weatherwax's son, our Grand Marshal. Scott's hauling the Central Junior High Cheerleaders and Musical Group, I believe, today.
Yes, John found out this morning he had a surprise. 2 of his sisters came in from Wichita to watch him be Grand Marshal today. So he's nice to have such good family support for his parade today.
This is
That was our 1993 senior king and queen, the Mullalis. Dirk and Lorraine, they actually just celebrated their 53rd wedding anniversary.
And they were the senior king and queen, what, a couple of years
From
ago?
1993.
1993.
And they love coming back and helping with all of our fundraisers, and they show up for pretty much everything. They've just shown great support, and they help us get our new senior king and queen every year.
This parade is turning into a street dance in front of us. We've got little kids out here who can't wait to see what's coming next.
Some of our other judges.
No more than we can hardly wait.
Well, we can't see either.
Anxiously awaiting.
Some of our other judges today are Gary Bartz. He's the owner of Don's Steakhouse. He's been with us since the first parade. Tom Wilkerson, he is actually with Lawrence Parks and Rec. We try and have someone on the receiving end of the chariot out helping pick the winners today. And our last judge is Steve Hessel, and he owns Land Plus Landscaping here in town. So,
now, do the judges get together and talk amongst themselves while they look at the entries, or is it an individual thing and then the votes are tallied?
Votes are tallied because they're scored on a score sheet. Each judge has a score sheet that's separated into different categories, which they give each float so many points for its originality, for its decoration, and that sort of thing. And then those individual points are tallied up after the parade's over.
And then there are categories, right? I mean, there's a non-profit category and a commercial category.
Right. There's a family category and a commercial category, and then we also have a couple of other divisions for best costume adult, best costume child, plus a couple of things we're doing this year. We're having best decorated business along the parade route and the best decorated home along the parade route.
So lots of awards to be giving out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll be giving away first place, second, third place in each of the commercial and family entries, plus also there will be a grand prize entry for best overall float.
Okay, so they get trophies, ribbons, plaques.
they get some plaques, certificates.
Plaques and certificates and a small cash award to kind of help defer the cost of some of the floats that take quite a bit of money to build.
So some of the people donate the plaques or the money towards the plaques as their contribution to the parade.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And when will you all get together for next year's? I know you want to take a break from each other, but
Yeah.
when's the first meeting for next year's parade?
We'll actually have a couple of closeout meetings this year, and then over the summertime we have a couple of small committees, steering committees that stay active in terms of arranging for a new slate of officers and picking our charity for next year. And then we usually start up again right around Labor Day, having a meeting or two, and then we get in full swing again like right after Thanksgiving.
I want to recognize Tumble Bus from Lawrence Gymnastics Academy. We had some tumblers preceding this big bus here.
I think if they tumbled the whole entire parade route, they'd make it in the Guinness Book of World Records.
They must be really dizzy by now.
Oh, yes.
Here's some wee little folk up on the bus that must be some somersaulters that weren't up to making the whole run of the parade. Here's some 4-H'ers coming down the way. The Meadowlark 4-H Club, as a matter of fact, from Baldwin, Kansas.
They're lucky to have their symbol, a shamrock, is fitting well in our parade today. They don't have to change anything for that.
The 4-leaf shamrock is the symbol of 4-H. And they're fittingly riding on a trailer pulled by a tractor.
Looks like that one little leprechaun's already asleep there. Luckily, he's not driving. Yes, this crowd is definitely moving out into the parade route.
And we've got a guy up in a tree. I don't know if our camera can catch a glimpse of him, but just a better vantage point up there, I guess.
That's a good seat to watch the parade from.
We've got the Remax folks coming up next, following. There's
the guy in the tree,
our tree sitter. You can see some big balloons off in the distance.
That would be Remax
These
professionals.
are the Remax people. Occasionally you'll see their hot air balloons up in the sky on the horizon.
Today they're carrying their cold air balloons.
That's right.
This is overland transportation today.
Yeah, I don't know if Lawrence is ready for those big Macy's-style balloons in this parade yet.
Well, we'd love to have them, but we might have to move a few traffic lights and
Buildings.
I don't know. This balloon is walking. It's got legs. I'm not sure about this one.
This defies definition right here.
Yes, that balloon is definitely
How can
walking.
that person see?
As I see Jeff Ahrensberg in the back there.
Pulling a larger version of the walking balloon.
This year it looks like we've got a little better spacing on the floats rather than having jammed in there, and we don't get to see too many of them.
Yeah, we've had years. This is Kimberly Keene. Miss Kansas, national teenager. No, this is Kayla Huffman. I apologize to Kayla. Kayla Huffman, Miss Kansas, national teenager. Followed by the Laser, 105.9 on your dial. A regular in the parade.
Yes, it is nice to have such good support from our local radio stations and TV and the newspaper. Yes, years past we have had these floats just zipping by us and we can't hardly keep up. It's nice to have a little space between them this year that we can at least talk about them a little this year.
Yeah, I've always felt badly that we've sometimes skipped people because the parade gets up to speed and then they go whizzing by our little review table here. And when people work so hard working on their floats and put all that time and energy, and it's nice for them to be on TV for their 10 seconds of fame.
as long as they drive carefully out there today, it looks like they're having to negotiate the crowd. So.
Right.
That's right. Yeah. Well, at our particular corner, it's tricky.
We don't want to have to run over any wee folks out there.
That's right. Got some walkers. Do we have horses in this parade?
Yes,
do we have
we
horses
do.
bringing up the rear as they usually do?
That's correct. We tend to put the horses towards the back for the safety and convenience of the walkers.
Smart thinking. Smart thinking.
And so far, I've lucked out again this year. I do not have to follow the parade with a shovel this year. I haven't been demoted that far yet. I'm sure it's coming soon,
Yeah,
but
some year you'll get that job on the committee.
we try and rotate that each
Try
year.
to rotate it.
We never have
Cross
any
straws.
volunteers for that one, but
Well, we have another band of marchers here. This is the Humane Society, I believe.
pretty dogs. And all these dogs want to stop and be petted by the children out here, but of course we need to keep them moving.
These are volunteers for the Lawrence Humane Society carrying a banner portraying the reality of pet overpopulation. And following the banner are volunteers walking shelter animals, sporting their new blue logo on their shelter cape. Those were provided by Martha Roush.
I'm sure if anyone has time today or tomorrow, they can go out and maybe adopt one of these animals.
We adopted a dog from the shelter several years back, and it's just turned into a very long and happy relationship, and I'd recommend it to anybody
yes,
who is thinking about
definitely.
getting a pet.
That's where we got ours, too, and I would certainly recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
Very intelligent animal, very friendly, loves kids. All these seem to love kids, too.
Yes. Oh, looks like that dog lost his headpiece. He doesn't seem to mind it, but person walking him made him put his little headband back on.
I will bet you that this is what was holding up the parade in
I
that
think
last
so.
lull we had with
Yes,
people
everyone's
stopping
petting.
to pet the animals.
It's hard not to pet an animal.
That's right. I'll bet almost every one of these dogs will be adopted by the time the parade's
Oh, I
over.
hope so.
That would be great.
These are some nice-looking dogs.
And how smart to separate the dogs from the horses.
Yes.
Good move, whoever planned that.
Well, we'll blame that one on Jim McCauley as well.
People are literally stopping dead in their tracks to pet these dogs.
Yes, the parade needs to
This
keep
is a
moving,
laid-back
but-
parade.
Yes. We've got till 4 o'clock when game starts,
Right.
but
We're in no hurry.
right.
But move along, Pooch.
Unlike years in past when it's been snowing or raining and people zip by us, we actually get
That's right.
they're going as slow as possible
Oh,
this
look
year.
at those. Are those basset hounds? Those are adorable. I want that dog.
Just bring those over here for
These are all dogs from the
home.
shelter. It's amazing. Look at these lovable animals that are available.
That need a home.
Yeah, that's right. I bet they've never had a walk this long in their lives.
They're going to have to stop at the river and get a drink. They'll hold them up on the bridge for that one.
Some of them are really accessorized and... Well, that's great. Good luck to all those dogs.
Yes.
I hope they find happy homes. Now coming up, Brownie Troop number 696 and Girl Scout Troop 611.
Yeah, it's nice that since we are on a weekend this year, we did get quite a few Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, Brownies, all of them showing their support out this year. And they do a lot of good work in the community also. They've got a boat.
They've got a boat on dry land. Dry docked.
Seems to be full of leprechauns, though.
That's
They're
right. Green-faced leprechauns. Having a ball. I hope they have their life jackets on.
Nice little banner on the side there to be the helping hands of tomorrow. Join the Girl Scouts today.
And this is Harold Longacre in a 1964 Falcon convertible right there. And happy birthday, Harold. It's Harold's 71st birthday today. And what a way to celebrate.
He must be Irish. He must be Irish.
Must be. Or a wannabe,
Right.
like me.
His birthday's today. We can call him Irish.
That's right. CBC Express is following in a...
It's a cab over truck bobtail with a little music going on the side there.
This is an imposing-looking vehicle.
Yes.
Well, they wanted to know if they could put a big truck in the parade.
Of course, we said sure.
Sure.
But this is
You'll
a big
let anybody in at this point.
This is quite the truck.
Wow.
There is a baby in there. He's kind of happy wearing the green. And here's the party dog in front of us.
Entry number 49 is the Sonic Drive-In entry.
With two locations, 6th and 23rd Street. One of my favorite places to eat.
Uh-huh.
They'll appreciate that, too.
Yeah, there's the shake person there going around greeting the folks out here today. And they are actually even handing out balloons. Looks like they're having a tough job keeping up with those balloons and trying to get them tied and blown up.
Their balloons are in big demand. There are volunteers frantically tying balloons on that float.
Yes.
Got some motorcycle
This is
dudes
the Blue
in front of us.
Knights. There's the Blue Knights.
International Law Enforcement Fraternity of Motorcyclists, including members of the LPD, Douglas County Sheriff's Patrol, and the Kansas Highway Patrol, as well as other law enforcement agencies.
Well, those are some big honking motorcycles.
Yes.
And they are followed by Quality Towing, in case anybody should break down along the way. And another vehicle from Quality Towing.
We always like to make sure that we're prepared, that we can have enough vehicles to move whatever we need
Right.
to out of the way in the
That's
parade.
right. It's a good idea. And then smaller versions of the...
This is the Arab Temple from Topeka with the Arab Scooter Patrol. This is one of our late entries this morning. They provided at least 4 motorcycles for us, if we can count them all.
Now, did they ride those little bikes in from Topeka?
Well, they showed up with them
Did they?
from Topeka. I didn't see what they were on.
I would have liked to have seen that. I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little dizzy.
Yes, they are zipping past us in circles really quick here.
The Precision Motorcycle Team.
That's
Yes.
right. Notice how the kids cleared out of the street real
Yes.
fast.
Good. Keep them moving.
And off they go. Oh, no, they're coming back. Here's some folks in the Spirit coming by in a nice red shiny convertible. And they are the all-girls soccer team, the Green Machine.
The Wales family, Timothy and Kathy, are coaches. Sarah Wales, assistant coach. Stacy Wales, captain.
Spirited bunch.
And there's used to be our Grand Marshal, Gene Shaughnessy.
Nope, that's a dog.
Oh, darn, sorry, Gene.
That's Patrick Conroy and family.
For that.
Patrick
The
Conroy's
Conroys
entry this year.
are coming by.
That's their daughter, Katie, being pulled by their big dog there.
Apologies to Gene.
Now, I believe that
We missed you. He went by so fast our camera didn't get a chance.
we believe that might be O. Smiley hauling the cart today.
And this next entry is an interesting interpretation on the theme.
This is the sandbar put in by Peaches and with towing the Bahama Mama, a sailing ship, followed by a shark on wheels.
I think that's the Little Mermaid up there with his head cut off in our picture.
That's Ellie. She's the mermaid today, and in the shark is Andrew, Katie, and Betsy. Andrew is actually Peach's son. She runs the sandbar.
And the Little Red Express truck following them. Lots of fire trucks in this. This is Bill Roach and friends. Matt Down in the Little Red Express. The crowd is getting bolder and bolder. Here's Bill Roach and friends.
If they can get across the
in a
street here.
67 Mustang.
Yes, they're having trouble getting through the crowd here. Need some parade officials here to keep the crowd back. It's tough not
They're
to
just
wanna
enthusiastic.
It's tough not to get out there and want to like meet all the people in the parade.
I know you get great cooperation from the police department here in town in terms of traffic control and all the things you have to do logistically to make this parade go.
There is actually the Green Machine all-girls soccer team with the Wales family, Timothy and Kathy, coaches, Sarah Wales, assistant coach, and Stacy Wales, captain.
And they are driving a green machine.
Looks like they've been busy all weekend painting that truck.
That is a lot of paint.
That is a green truck there too.
I hope they told Dad that they were using permanent paint when they did that.
And here comes a truck that is representing Eastside Tavern, Los Amigos Saloon, and La Tropicana.
A 1939 hot rod.
Yes, La Tropicana is open 5 days a week, and they are one of the longest running Mexican families in town running their business. They serve great margaritas. I've been there a couple times for food.
This is the Topeka Kit Car Club. And I assume that means they make their cars from kit.
I would think that that's what they do.
And this kit comes in the mail, or...
I think if you got enough money, they'll usually deliver it to you.
Deliver it. Piece by piece.
I'd hate to be the mailman delivering that one.
Boy, this is a fancy-looking vehicle.
This is a Bradley GT.
I wouldn't mind having that car. That's a nice car.
I'd always bang my head on those gull wing doors, though.
That last shot you saw were the folks from Coldwell Banker. Here they are now. I like those hats they're wearing. It's like the old Wizzo hat.
And here we
have Lawrence Dealer Services.
Yes, this is our official tow truck at the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
They are the official tow truck.
Yes.
They've been in every parade just in case they're needed.
And the music you're hearing is the Creek Bank Ghetto Boys. They're a 5-member band from here in Lawrence. Write their own music. They're bluegrass band featuring former members of some other bands. They will be playing at the Flamingo afterwards, and also tonight they're playing at downtown. And also our St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee is the few that didn't have anything to do during the parade actually got to ride in the parade.
This is actually the first time we've put an official entry from the parade committee into the parade.
And there are some horses, which means we must be getting close to the end of our show here.
This is Sarah Henderson, White and Friends with Horses and Riders.
Horses are all decked out in their green little ankle socks and accessories.
Looks like we are getting near the end of the parade.
This is the Quantrill Riders, I believe, is what we have here.
Yep.
These folks have been on horseback for a while today.
Yes.
Yes, they have.
Might be a little saddle sore after this whole thing is
Well,
over.
Quantrill Riders have been in the parade just about every year. As a matter of fact, I believe every year, so they probably don't mind a few saddle sores.
And those riders are happy to see that we have no wind today, because that wind bothers the horses, especially going over the bridge. I know that's been a concern in years past when we've had less than ideal temperatures and weather conditions.
Going over the bridge is difficult on enough on a horse anyway, much less in bad weather.
That's right. That's right. With wind and people screaming, and these horses are very well behaved.
Yes, they are.
Thanks probably to the skilled riders.
Yeah, it trains very well. Oh, here's a short horse.
Teddy O'Pony.
Teddy O'Pony.
Need a little leprechaun on him.
With green spots, green freckles on that pony.
And there's some wee folks.
We've got some more
I
parade
forgot, this
officials.
is the actual parade, official parade entry here.
Yes, that's a couple of them there.
I always thought that was the way to go, on those little golf carts.
And here comes our bus that is carrying our judges. They're tallying. There's the mayor of North Lawrence, Bob Snow, and his lovely wife, Margaret's in there with them. Judges are in there frantically trying to decide who's going to be the winner today.
Working feverishly.
Followed by the official city entry.
The city entry, the public works, cleaning up. And I guess that means that the party is officially over.
Well, party's just beginning somewhere.
We'd certainly like to thank Sunflower Cablevision for having the parade on this year and for the time they've spent with us.
Well, I know that we are happy to do it and to sponsor this year's parade, and we hope that everyone will enjoy watching the replay.
I hope so.
As they're parting later tonight.
Yes, after the KU game, of course.
That's right.
Everybody remember to set your VCRs.
Right. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. And Roger, I want to thank you for joining me again this year. And the same to you, Judy. And
Thank
we'll
you.
look forward to doing this next year.
Same time, same place.
See you next year, Kathy O'Hamilton.
Thank you very much. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you. And for Sunflower Cablevision, have a good day.